Welcome to the Career Services webinar series. Today we are going to talk about cover letters, learning to market yourself. During this webinar, I will discuss the purpose of a cover letter, content that should be included in your cover letter, along with tips for creating a great cover letter that no employer will be able to pass up. Okay, let's begin. Understand that a cover letter is a powerful marketing tool that is meant to highlight and connect your skills and experience to the position you are applying for. It is a great way to communicate your motivation and future goals as they relate to the company and position. Additionally, it serves as a sample of your written communication ability. It can also provide you the opportunity to address any barriers to be considered, such as relocating to another state. A cover letter essentially helps you prepare for an interview by allowing you to reflect on your strengths and experiences and then express those to a potential employer. Your cover letter typically accompanies your resume and allows you to discuss in more detail the experiences you touched upon in your resume. There are two types of cover letters. One is a letter of inquiry, in which you are seeking to learn about career opportunities at a particular organization, rather than applying for a specific position within that company. This type of cover letter is a great way to demonstrate your interest in a company. Here is an example. The more common type of cover letter, in which we will go into more detail during this webinar, is a letter of application. In this type of letter, you are seeking to express how your skills match a particular job vacancy. Next, let's talk about the components of a cover letter. You will want to organize your letter into 5 parts: the heading, introduction, body paragraphs, closing paragraph, and signature. Over the next few slides, I will be providing you with examples of each of these components. Let's start with the heading. Your heading should include your contact information, such as your name, address, email, and phone number. To add a touch of professionalism, match your cover letter heading format to that of your resume. That way your employer can easily pair your resume with your cover letter if they get separated. The next element of your heading is the date that you are submitting your cover letter. Underneath the date, include the contact information of the company you are applying to. It is important that you do some research and find out who will be reviewing applications and include their name here. You will then want to address that person as you begin your cover letter. If there is not a person listed in the job posting, you can take that extra step and call the company to find out who is accepting applications or who you should address your application to. It is appropriate to address your cover letter with "Dear Hiring Manager" if you are unable to locate a person. Now let's discuss the content of your cover letter. Typically, cover letters will have 4 short paragraphs. You do not want your cover letter to be too short or too long because, just like a resume, the employer will only have a limited time to read through your cover letter, so you want it to be organized and concise. Include an introduction. What are you applying for? Talk about your experience using specific examples. Convey your interest in the organization, and then wrap up your cover letter with a thank you and how to get in touch. Let's dive into the introduction. Think of your cover letter as the written version of a personal introduction. Why are you writing? Identify the position being sought and where you learned of the position. Prove that you have done your research. Did you find the job posting on their website? Or maybe you were referred by someone who works at the company. Why are you interested in this position or organization? Provide an authentic, enthusiastic statement of why you are excited about the position and how it aligns with your future goals. Also include a statement as to why you are a strong candidate. Why will they like you? This statement will also be a great transition into your next paragraphs, in which we will go into more detail about your experience. But first, here is an example of an introductory paragraph.
I'm writing to apply for the position of assistant manager, which I found through the Red Hawk Network. I admire how Clothes for You has reinvented itself in the last 2 years as a hipper, more underground retail outlet. Your viral marketing campaign was all over our campus. My years of experience in customer service and my coursework in strategic communication would let me contribute to the chain's new growth.
The next piece of your cover letter is the body paragraphs. When organizing your paragraphs, consider the present state of the company, your past experience, and the future of the company if you are hired. To do this, include what the employer needs based on the job description, what you have accomplished, and how you accomplished it based on your strengths and skills, as well as how that experience connects to the position and how you would contribute in this role. The focus of your body paragraph should be on your related experience, such as work or activities, and your education, such as classes or major projects. Here is an example.
The new Clothes For You assistant manager will need strong analytical skills to make sure supply meets demand and keeps the store within its budget. As the SU Dance Marathon lead organizer, I did very similar work. I analyzed and catered to a customer base while sticking to a $2,000 budget. Taking student input into account, I determined how we could best match students' expectations without spending too much. I chose an inexpensive but talented local band and the best caterer in town. The event was a hit. We raised $10,000 for muscular dystrophy, and the student newspaper praised our food and entertainment. This experience will allow me to learn quickly what our Clothes For You customers are like, work with our vendors, and balance the books.
To close your cover letter, summarize why and how you are a good fit for the position. Refer to your enclosed resume and express interest in interviewing and meeting the team. Make sure you thank them for their time in reviewing your information. It is okay to offer an active next step, such as you will be calling or emailing them in a week to discuss the position. This shows your eagerness and seriousness in the position. Make sure you follow through on your promise if you decide to put this in your letter. Finally, include the best way to get in touch with you. Here is an example.
Thank you for taking the time to review my materials. My enclosed resume provides additional details about my background. I will be in the New York area during my spring break, March 3rd through March 7th. I will call you next week to see if it would be possible to meet with you in early March to discuss your program. You may also contact me at kellypd@seattleu.edu or 206-855-1234. Thank you for your consideration.
The last component of your cover letter is the signature. After the last sentence of your closing paragraph, it should look something like this. If you are submitting your cover letter through the mail, you can print out your document and sign here. Otherwise, scan in an image of your signature and paste it here. Remember, when you are writing your cover letter, don't overuse I. Don't omit your top selling points. Those are things you want to include to impress the employer. Don't make your cover letter too short or too long. Don't repeat your resume word for word. The point of your cover letter is to go into more detail about just a few of your top points on your resume, not to repeat it in full. Don't be vague. Use specific examples that express your strengths and skills. Don't forget to customize. While I have given you the standard outline for your cover letter, it is okay to be unique in order for your cover letter to stand out among other applicants. Make sure you always check your work. Proofread for spelling and grammar as well as punctuation. Sometimes it helps to read it out loud to yourself to check for errors. You can use a thesaurus to vary your vocabulary. You can also have a friend or family member read your cover letter as well. Additionally, you can bring your cover letter into Career Services for more guidance. I hope this webinar has been helpful for you. Now you can begin writing an effective cover letter. For additional tips and help with your cover letter, stop into Career Services, or you can make an appointment online. We hope to visit with you soon.